What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and the cuts have begun in one of one of my most highly anticipated positions or jobs. You know, Trump has been doing what he can when he's not getting interrupted by activist judges, and a lot of his changes are probably going to take a minute to actually, happen, just because, that's the way it's going to be. But the most intriguing one that I had was Health and Human Services. The Department of telling everyone to get the jab, basically. Well, just came down the pipeline that at least 10,000 of them are set to be fired, and a major restructure. This is crazy. Also, Trump talking about defunding NPR and PBS, which I 1,000% support, because they obviously have a very big political bias and a new massive tariff hits that has people pretty uneasy. Let's get into all the news. Remember, I'm giving away a Meta PC gaming computer on Friday. All you have to do is follow me on Rumble. That's it. Tune in to the live show, 1 to 3 Eastern, for the secret link. And you can always get the link after the show. So if you can't watch it while I'm live, you can watch later. I'd prefer you watch it while we're live because we give out stuff during the show. But make sure you follow me on Rumble. We're at 299,000 followers. Download the app, type in the Quartering, follow me, or just do it on desktop, and then get the link where you can enter to win. And there you go. Easy free gaming computer. Trump administration live updates Health and Human Services plans 10,000 layoffs in dramatic restructuring. I'd say this is great. This isn't dramatic. The Department of Health and Human Services is planning to fire 10,000 employees as part of a massive restructuring effort. Secretary Robert F. Kennedy announced Thursday in a push to consolidate more agency functions under Kennedy's purview. In total, Health and Human Services will reduce staff from the current 82,000 employees to 62 full-time employees to 62,000. The agency will seek to cut 10,000 jobs through layoffs. The rest will come through buyouts. I mean, it's bonkers. Look, there's probably some good people that work there. There's people, I mean, this might include secretaries or, admin people, tech support. I think they said, RFK said they had 40 different IT departments. I thought it was a joke, but he may have been using hyperbole. But 40 IT departments. So you're going to have some good IT people probably lose their job. The problem is the Biden administration and quite frankly, Democrats in general like to pad those job reports by just hiring a bunch of federal employees. So these agencies get gigantic. So Joe Biden can say, there were 50 bazillion new jobs added this month. Little did you know that, well, they're all taxpayer funded or subsidized. Kennedy says the Health and Human Services 28 divisions will be consolidated to 15, and 10 regional offices will become 5. The agency will also create a new administration for Healthy America, and Kennedy will coordinate chronic care and disease prevention programs. Quote, we aren't just reducing bureaucratic sprawl, we are realigning the organization with its core mission and our new priorities in reversing the chronic disease epidemic. Kennedy said in a statement, this department will do a lot more, at a lower cost to the American taxpayer. The overhaul will focus on Kennedy's priority of ending chronic illness by focusing on safe, wholesome food, clean water, and the elimination of environmental toxins. This is exactly what I voted for. Leave a like on the video if this is what you voted for. We're going to do more with less, Kennedy said in a speech posted to X, while acknowledging this will be a painful period for people at the Health and Human Services place. But Kennedy claimed the consolidation will make the department more accountable to you, the American taxpayer, and the American patient. Good. The HHS restructuring will save taxpayers $1.8 billion a year. $1.8 billion a year. The staffing cuts will also hit the FDA and the CDC. According to an agency fact sheet, the FDA will decrease its workforce by 3,500 full-time employees, but the administration said it won't impact drug or medical device reviews. Shocking. I mean, it seems that they have 10 people to do one job. The CDC will also decrease its workforce by 2,400 employees with a focus on preparing for and responding to epidemics and outbreaks. This is what I voted for. These agencies have been absolutely filled with bloat. And again, if you're one of the people that are losing your job to this Doge thing, I'm not unsympathetic. Like, you didn't ask for the job to be created for you. You just took the job. And so I get that. And I get, I'm still a human. If you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at the Biden administration and previous administrations that allowed this just bloat to be subsidized by the American taxpayer. Now, I'm hoping that, the good people that get laid off or fired, that they've bounced back, they find another job. It sucks. But the government can't be a taxpayer subsidized offset for a poor economy. Top of that, Trump now urges Republicans to defund NPR and PBS. 100% agree. At one point, maybe you could say, hey, these are good services to have national public radio and to have public broadcasting. But these agencies simply are not, helpful to the American taxpayer. They are completely biased. And if they're going to just push leftist propaganda, then that's okay. Then somebody else can pay for it. I don't want to pay for it. How about this? Is NPR biased? Listen to this question.
Former senior business editor for NPR.
How long do you work at NPR?
I believe he was there just over 25 years.
25 years? Award-winning journalist? Did he win any awards?
Our time did not
Peabody
overlap.
Award? That's pretty important, isn't it?
That is,
So
absolutely.
pretty distinguished journalist, right?
Certainly.
Yeah.
And he wrote a long story about what you do at NPR. Is NPR biased?
Congressman, I have never seen any instances
Never?
of political bias determining editorial decisions, no.
Well,
You could hear people laughing.
Berliner, in his story last year, wrote, in the D.C. area, editorial positions at NPR, he said he found 87 registered Democrats, 0 Republicans.
Oof.
Is that accurate?
We do not track the numbers or the voter registration, but I find that
Was award-winning journalist who worked 25 years at NPR, Mr. Berliner, was he lying when he wrote that?
I am not presuming such. I just we don't track that information about our journalists.
87 to 0, and you're not biased.
I think that is concerning if those numbers are accurate.
It's I mean, it wasn't 44-43. It wasn't 60-27. It wasn't 70-17. It wasn't even 80-7. It was 87 Democrats
to 0
Republicans, and you say NPR is not biased. How about the big stories over the last few years? According to Mr. Berliner, again, he wrote on the Trump-Russia story, he wrote, at NPR, we hitched our wagon to Trump's most visible antagonist, Representative Adam Schiff. He said they interviewed him 25 times. Is that accurate?
I was not there at the time, but those numbers sound accurate. Yeah.
Those sound accurate. But then he said when the Mueller report came out and Robert Mueller said he found no evidence of collusion, he said Russiagate faded from our programming. Is that accurate?
Again, I was not there at the time. I couldn't say.
You couldn't say?
I was not at NPR at the time.
You didn't prepare for that? You knew we were going to ask you about this guy, didn't you? It's come up like 6,000 times already in the hearing.
I just couldn't say whether it faded from our...
Jim Jordan's a boss.
How about this story? October 2020, the New York Post had the Hunter Biden laptop story, and one of those editors, I guess one of those 87 Democrat editors, said this: we don't want to waste our time on stories that are not really stories. We don't want to waste the listeners' and readers' times on stories that are just pure distractions. Was that a pure distraction story?
Our current editorial leadership believes that that was a mistake, as do I.
Okay. Our current, you don't get any more of my money. PBS, NPR are wildly biased. Here, state-funded NPR's Catherine Marr explained that truth is a distraction from getting things done. This is the same woman.
But one of the most significant differences,
or I don't know if this is the same woman or not, but they look nondescript white ladies.
Critical for moving from polarization to productivity, is that the Wikipedians who write these articles aren't actually focused
She's
on
a
finding
CEO.
the truth. They're working for something that's a little bit more attainable.
So this is
which
a
is
CEO.
the best of what we can know right now. And after 7 years there, I actually believe that they're onto something. That for our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth isn't necessarily the best place to start.
Really? That's odd. I would think it is. Yes, I 100% support that defunding NPR and PBS. Sorry. You know, PBS is pushing woke propaganda on kids. It used to be good. You know, hey, you know, classic episode of, you know, Mr. Rogers washing his black mailman's feet or something like that. Cool, good lesson. Telling kids to tune out, not a good lesson. You need to go away. If you want to run that crap, that's fine. I don't want to pay for it. Trump also rolling out some new tariffs today, up to 25% tariffs on vehicles. I'm telling you this, relax. Just relax. It's going to be okay. If you're in the market for a brand new car, wait a few months maybe. But this is about bringing more jobs back to America. This is about negotiating with countries that do not allow us to export our cars to their countries. They will come to an agreement. The stock market's going to mess around for a couple of weeks. Probably don't watch it. And it's going to be fine. This is how it works. You know, we have huge tariffs on us importing Chevrolet cars and Ford cars into the EU, a lot of European nations. Why should we take their cars with no tariff? It's so stupid. Why should, you know, American companies constantly leave to go to Mexico? You know what? Make the car in America. And that's exactly what they're going to do. I promise you that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, download the Rumble app, follow the quartering, tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern. We are live Monday through Friday. Today's show is Luke Rutkowski and Luke Rutkowski and Melanie Mack today. And then there'll be a link in the live stream to enter to win a free Meta PC. Help us reach 300,000 followers there, and I hope to see you live today, and we'll talk to you again real soon.